Hey everybody, movie reviewer next door here, and I'm back with another review. I actually passed out last night, so I didn't get to do my review of this film, but yesterday I saw DOA, or Dead or Alive. Sorry, there you go. This is an action thriller, action martial arts film directed by Corey Ewan from 2006, and it stars Devin Aoki, Jamie Presley, Sarah Carter, Holly Valance, Natasha Malthy, Ken Gasugi, Steve Howie, and Eric Roberts. In this film, four beautiful rivals at an invitation-only martial arts tournament join forces against a sinister threat. Princess Kasumi is an aristocratic warrior trained by martial arts masters. Tina Armstrong is a wrestling superstar. Helena Douglas is an athlete with a tragic past. Christy Allen earns her keep as a thief and an assassin for hire. So, what do I think of DOA Dead or Alive? This is a big guilty pleasure film for me. Now, I don't like to say so bad it's good or guilty pleasure that often, but I can 100% see people having issues with this film. With the fight choreography at times, with the sound effects, with the editing, with the goofiness of it all. But the reason I don't have as much of an issue with that and actually really fucking love this movie is because it realizes how stupid it is and just goes for it. There are some people that love when goofy movies act serious or serious movies are goofy. This film understands that it's a really dumb premise. It doesn't get over dramatic. Well, I mean, it's not even a dumb premise. It's a basically a Lionheart kind of movie or a blood sport type of thing. People fighting each other to get to find out who the best assassin is. And to be honest, I just love this movie. I do. I can't really. I mean, I can defend why I like this movie and against things that other people hate about it. It has a 2.3 out of 10 out of a 5 on Letterboxd. So, yeah. Let me just get into the cast. Uh, Devon Aoki plays Kasumi. She is a shinobi princess. She's now escaped to try to find her brother who supposedly died in this DOA tournament. And yeah, I she's okay. She was in Fast and Furious or Too Fast Too Furious. She's in Fast 5. She's not been in a ton of movies. She's mostly a model. She was in Debs, which I haven't seen, Mutant Chronicles, Sin City. Yeah. I don't think she's a good actress, really. She's fine for this. She's very stone-faced. Um, but she was still nice to look at. There's not ugly women in this movie. I will say that for right fucking now. All these women are gorgeous. There's someone for each type, and my type is all these women. Like shit. Jamie Presley is Tina Armstrong. She's a wrestler. And I will say Jamie Presley doesn't exactly give off wrestler vibes. Um, but I do think she was good for the role in the charisma category because I really do like Jamie Presley. I do. She was really funny on Mom. She's mostly a comedic esque actress. She's in a lot of comedy stuff. She was in a couple episodes of Raising Hope, which is a really underrated show in my opinion. I think all of y'all should watch it. It's really goofy and out there, out of pocket humor. Show from the same people recently Snatched, I think. Really good too. But yeah, Jamie Presley's really good in this. Holly Valance, um, as Christy, the thief. She has not acted in a lot of stuff. She was in Taken. I think she was. Sure. She might have been the friend of Maggie Grace's character. I can't remember. I I I haven't really ever seen her in much. but um this was apparently her debut, her big like starring debut. She's a co-star, I guess. This movie doesn't really have a de facto main character. I guess Kasumi is basically the de facto main character, but she didn't do a bad job. I think she did her role well. Um, she's Australian. She's a very nice accent, and voice, and yeah, she's very sexy. Sarah Carter plays Helena Douglas. Her father died. She's in the tournament. I like her. I'd like to see her in other movies. She didn't do a half bad job. Um, and yeah, Natasha Malfi is Ayane. She's a friend of Kasumi's, and she's like, okay, I'm honor bound to protect you if you stay at this palace in the sky, but if you leave, I'm honor bound to kill you. Um, and yeah, uh, she's not in the movie much. She would later go on to play Blood Rain in Blood Rain 2 and 3, which I've never seen those movies. I wouldn't mind seeing the first Blood Rain. There's quite a nice cast in that movie, so I wouldn't mind it. Kane Kasugi plays Ryu Hayabusa, who is basically Kasumi's bodyguard, um, or a best friend of her brother's. He's fine. He has some really awesome fight scenes in this. But yeah, he's fine. Steve Howe, he plays Weatherby. He's kind of the hacker character. He's been in things more recently, like what I recently reviewed, Day Shift with Jamie Foxx. Um, he's good here. And Eric Roberts as Donovan. I do wish he got a bit more to do as the villain because I love Eric Roberts and I think he can play some really superb villains. But still, he was good here. I liked him. But yeah, this is again a film that not a lot of people seem to love. It's it, when you think of video game adaptations, you immediately think of the Uwe Boll films, which I don't think all of Uwe Boll's films are terrible. I actually don't mind him as a director for the most part from what I've seen. I've seen the Rampage trilogy, which I like. I love the first film and I like the third film. I don't much care for the second film, but um I liked Postal. I think it was pretty true to the video game. Um but yeah, like when people think of video game films, they immediately go to Uwe Boll and they're like, he's the reason video game films suck and no one puts any effort into them, which I don't agree. There are plenty of video game films that I like. Tomb Raider, or excuse me, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, and Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. I like the first Tomb Raider movie a lot more. Second one, I like. The newest one sucks to me. I think it's boring and overdramatic. The first two understood what they were. They weren't too long, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, there's the Hitman movie. There's probably some others I can't think of at the moment, but I have liked video game movies, and I don't understand what people's issues are with them. Oh, Max Payne. I like the Max Payne movie. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I just like it. I think it's a well shot film for the most part. I think Mark Wahlberg isn't as bad as everybody else says. Um, But yeah, um, this film, I feel, again, if anybody doesn't like it for legit reasons like storytelling or the editing or sound effects, the fights. If you're being legit about it, yes, of course, you can have your own opinion. It's fine. If you don't like this film, I understand. You can still be my friend if we don't agree on this. But I just think overall, this film is a lot of fun. It's fast paced. It's only 80 minutes without credits. It is a very fast paced film, like super fast paced. Um, it's got some nice tongue in cheek humor. Um, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's homophobic at one point." I'm sorry, it's not homophobic. That one of the characters walks in on two female characters sleeping, and then they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize you had a friend like that." And it's a fucking joke. Let's just have humor nowadays, please. And fucking sorry about that. But yeah, it's this is one of those films that if you were in the mood to have fun, to just watch a fun, breezy, fast-paced martial arts film, this is what you should watch. This is something you can watch. Maybe it won't be for everybody. Yes, it's PG-13. I don't think it needed to be R, this concept. I understand it's like, oh, the posters make it out to be like, oh, you have to kill the opponent in order to go further, or that they're assassins. Most of the characters are not assassins. Like this description says that frickin' uh Christie is supposed to be an assassin. She doesn't really do any assassination in the film. The opening is the opening is hilarious for her. I love the fight scene. It's really interesting, and it knows how ridiculous it is. She's like just gotten out of the shower. There's these cops there that are there to arrest her, and she basically is like, "Can you hand me my lingerie?" She puts on her, her panties, and all seductively, and they're like focused on that instead of focusing on her trying to get out of this. And then one of them hands her her bra at the end of a gun, which very smart. And then she basically throws the bra in the air, fights them all off with the towel in a strategic way so you don't see her boobs. And then as the bra's falling, she like puts her hands in the air after grabbing the gun. It gets on, and then she points at the guy and asks him to like hook her bra. Like, I'm sorry. If you see a scene like that in a movie and you don't realize that this movie is like not trying to be taken seriously at all, I can't help you. Because I'm sorry, that made me laugh. It's an interesting way to do a fight scene. And when you have such beautiful women in your movie like that, yeah, you're going to get the best out of it. Yes, this movie has a lot of butt shots. This movie has a lot of ogling shots at women. You know what the actresses in this movie probably thought? Yeah, we're hot. Let's show it off. That's what probably most women would think. They'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, if I'm hot, I'm going to show it off." I don't understand the issue with that. Yeah, if somebody wants to point me to something that actually happened on the set that was like, oh, a woman got groped or something, go ahead. Then I'll believe you. But when you just like, oh yeah, these women are so obviously being objectified, I don't think they're thinking of it that way. They're probably thinking this is a dumb video game movie and we're just trying to have fun. But anyways, this is not like the most legitimate martial arts type of movie, I will say, because some of the shit in this movie is very clearly actors that it's that I won't say I've noticed a lot of stunt doubles in this film, but I will say a lot of it is cut around at times. It's not quick cut editing. There's some people that say this is like quick cut edited, and I don't agree. But it is a movie that if you're super critical of fight scenes being an actual type of martial arts, maybe you won't enjoy this because you're a bit over analytical about it. But if you can just enjoy an action movie being what it's supposed to, having a few laughs, I don't know if anybody would cheer at this movie, but just having fun with a goofy villain, with a goofy like the villain's main like Deus Ex Machina is like glasses where he's downloaded the moves of certain fighters. So whenever he fights those fighters, he knows what to do in order to not lose the fight. I'm sorry. That's so goofy that I just have to love it. And the freaking like there's like a fight scene that happens on the water. There's a fight scene there like this movie is just so creative and I love it and I can't really say a lot more. It's hard to explain, but it's just one of those movies where it's like, oh yeah, the games are kind of goofy. the movie's going to be goofy. It doesn't try to make it overly dramatic, overly serious. It just has fun with it. And that's what I wanted. And one more thing before I end the review. This poster, I mean, maybe you could see it. That's obviously Devon Aoki. That's Natasha Malthy. I think that's supposed to be the actor playing Zack, and that's supposed to be Devon Aoki's brother's actor. This is supposed to be Jamie. Well, it's kind of hard to. Uh, that's supposed to be Jamie Presley's character, but it doesn't look like her at all. I don't know if this was like an early poster that they decided to go with because they forgot, like, oh, we had a different actress before, but it just looks really odd, and I've always questioned it. But yeah, if you want to see this movie, it's on Freevee, it's on, excuse me, Pluto TV, it's on Plex, it's on Tubi. That's where I watched it, and yeah, of course, I really recommend the film. I think it's a lot of fun, and if you're not into this type of thing, don't watch it. But yeah, um, that was my review of DOA. If you have seen the film, comment down below, tell me your thoughts, and movie review next door out.